Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So exciting news today from one of your favorite OEMs. Well, search giants, Google. So I got up this morning and I saw some news in my inbox and I was like, whoa, okay, so Google is finally discounting the Google Pixel and Pixel XL. Now here's why this is huge news. For one, a lot of people want the device still. Two, there's a lot of people out there that just bought the device, and hopefully they got the discount or Google will honor it. But this actually kills the pre-owned world when it comes to the Google Pixel. We know that they're discounting. It says in the email this is a back-to-school special or something like that. So I didn't really look to see how long it's going to be running. But one thing is for sure is the Google Pixel XL and Pixel came out in October of 2016. We're now in August of 2017, and they're discounting this phone obviously because, well, it's a special. But ironically enough, they have all the colors in stock now, and they all ship within the next 4 to 5 days. Google is trying to clear out that last bit of inventory from HTC and make room for the new Pixels. Now, the dilemma that I face in this situation, and you might say, Jay, some of you are going to jump right out there and quickly and say, Jay, don't buy that phone. It's last year's technology. It has the 821 processor. That's not that important to me. For those that follow me, you know that I bought the Pixel XL, reviewed it, and then I wanted to move up in memory storage, so I sold my other one too fast, and then I ended up getting in that hard place where Google didn't have the inventory, and I sat for 3 months waiting. And eventually I just canceled my order. However, now's my opportunity to get a phone that I've wanted to bring back into the channel because I want to compare it to the Ultra, the U11, the OnePlus 5. I know other people have already done that, but I don't, and I don't have it, and I haven't done it yet. And so the phone still excites me. I think it's a fantastic phone. I think the hardware is pretty decent, good strong hardware, I should say. And the cameras were like the high point of that phone, alongside the software and the buttery smooth experience that I got. So before everyone shakes a leg at it and says, hey, Jay, you really should just let that go. Don't buy it. It's old. Technology with smartphones, it's old after a week or two. Sorry, people have already moved on to the next review. But for me, it's not like that. I actually want to have the device in hand, and I want to compare it to some of these newer devices. I want to compare it to the U11 and see how much faster or slower or how better or worse the cameras are, in the Ultra. The Ultra will be a great matchup because it has the same internals pretty much. But the prices is for the small one is $524 for the 32 gig, and then the big one, XL, is $569. That's actually a really, really good price for both of those as far as what I see. And I'm kind of surprised they didn't release it at those prices to begin with, because they left out memory options. They didn't give us an SD card. A bunch of things were kind of left out. Some people wanted wireless charging. Some people they didn't like a lot of things about it. The chin and forehead, they said was too big. I think this is a beautiful device, and also I could get the blue one that I've always wanted. I still have all the accessories for the XL and the the Pixel. I actually had accessories for both because my plan was to bring in both. And the whole debacle happened with it. The whole thing happened and just dropped off. And now that the new Pixel is going to come out, is Google going to just clear out the rest of this inventory and call it a day? If you can get one, see, a lot of people will buy the phone, use it and then they'll sell it and move on to the newer model. I don't plan on doing that. If I can get both models, that'd be great because I'm not really a collector, but some phones I just like to have. And so the Google Pixel and Pixel XL, those were some great looking devices, man. And I think the Pixel XL really performed well. I didn't have very many problems with it, if any, you know what I'm saying? So that's still on the table for me. So don't be surprised if next week you see the Google Pixel XL return to my channel. I think that $569 price point and that $525 price point are reasonable considering what's inside and how that phone performs. Next thing is T-Mobile has decided to release their own brand of phones. Now T-Mobile has the Revel, and they have another one that leaked out too. The Revel is the one I'm kind of interested in. The other one has like this little purple or pink thing, highlights on it. That's not important. I like the Revel because it has a 5.5-inch display. There's kind of some mixed things going on. It should have 32 gigs of storage with 2 gigs of RAM. And then it also, we don't really officially know it's going to have a 1080p or a 720p display. I think it's going to have a 720p display because it's only $170. It launches actually this Thursday on August 10th, I believe it is. And so that's going to be one that you probably will see. I'm not sure yet. I'm pulling some strings here. Basically, I'm just trying to move some money around to see if I want to get it or not because it's only $170 full cost, or $7 a month. And with something like that, even people might want to save and pay that $7 a month. But I think that 170 is totally worth it. It's a T-Mobile phone. I don't know who the OEM, I don't know which OEM is making it, like the hardware, because T-Mobile doesn't have in-house hardware building now. But I'm kind of curious to find out who's actually the maker of the device, because that's going to say a lot, because I think it has a MediaTek processor, which at this point in the game, it's okay, because I've actually had great experience with MediaTek on other phones. And it has stock Android supposedly, so I'm curious how much bloatware T-Mobile will add. They'll add T-Mobile Tuesdays, the T-Mobile app, Hotspot, TV. They'll add all that same old T-Mobile stuff. But can I disable it? Because I'm not going to use it. And what won't they add? What will they add? Won't they add? But it's supposed to run stock Android. So that right there in itself is a huge plus. You've got a $170 stock Android phone with a nice size screen. Hopefully the cameras are decent. I think it's going to have a 13 megapixel camera. I'm pretty much going to go check that phone out on Thursday and decide whether or not I want to buy it on T-Mobile. So that's going to be interesting. And one other thing I want to talk about was the iPhone. Once again, the iPhone, I know. But there's some new information that came out that is going to have wireless charging. So, and there's also another leak, and I saw the leak from on Instagram from Live Breathe Tech. Shout out to him for posting that. They showed an iPhone 7s or whatever it's going to call it. It pretty much looks like the other is sitting over there. iPhone 7 Plus is sitting over there. It pretty much looks like that, but it has a glass back, which would prompt that they might go ahead and do wireless charging on a 7s and make the 8 an exclusive. I don't know. They might bring out 4 or 5 phones. Who cares? But that glass back 7 Plus actually looked pretty cool. And I don't know if it's real, but supposedly that's the thing, And there's also some schematics that dropped out about it having a wireless charging pad in there. So that's going to be something new. Now, Huawei with the Mate 10. Wow. Huawei somehow has pulled it off, and they're going to start selling their phones exclusively with AT&T. That's going to be, not going to call it a mistake, but it's going to be something that some people probably won't like, because the Mate 10 will be sold unlocked more than likely. But, AT&T will have a exclusive rights to it first, probably, like Verizon always does with Moto. Those are exclusive deals are not good to me. Don't like them. But OEMs have to do what they have to do to get that bread in and keep and stay alive. So don't know anything about the Mate 10 yet. No spec leaks, no nothing. Haven't heard anything. All I know is that it possibly will be on AT&T, and that Huawei is working with AT&T to get that phone and possibly some others released. Now, the Mate 9 is still a very solid device, and I can totally recommend that. I think it's selling right now for $499, along with the HTC U11. Now, some of these phones that are from our 3 to 6 quarter or 2 quarters back or 1 quarter back, the pricing is really getting good. You can get this phone right now, the HTC U Ultra, for $499, and it's on sale through HTC.com. But I don't think that's going to be a permanent price. But you still can find it even when it's not directly through HTC at that low price, brand new. Folks, this is a fantastic phone. Spoiler for you. Maybe the last 5 to 10 videos were shot with this phone, because I was actually filming the U11 and the OnePlus 5 and some other stuff. So I was using this phone to film. Everything has been great with this phone. There are absolutely no problems. Now, I know I have a dbrand skin on mine because I want the black one. I was originally going to go with the white one. I went with the black one for a more uniform look around the sides, but I kind of wish I had one with the white one now. But I put this black dbrand skin on here, and it's been like this since new. I really enjoy this phone. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this phone. The screen is gorgeous. You do get that second display up there. $499 for the U Ultra is a steal. Don't listen to the folks that say, "Oh, it's got no wireless charging, no waterproofing, it's a waste of space." This phone gets killer battery. Cameras are better than probably your phone that you might have, and the phone itself is very nice. The 16:9 ratio, the flat screen is where it's at. The front camera is amazing, and so this is just a complete package. But I'm kind of hoping that Apple does do something different with the hardware on their phone. And I'm also hoping that the Huawei Mate 10 is a phone that hits the market and hits the ground running like the Mate 9. The Mate 9 is a great phone for $499. I mean, it is really good. It's still competing against phones like the Axon 7, which is the king of speakers still, in my opinion. I wonder, another rumor that I wanted to address. Some people keep asking me about the Axon 8. Well, first, let me tell you, there is no Axon 8. And it's still always going to just be rumor mill until it's official. So, with that being said, I think that if in fact, or if they do it at all, ZTE brings out an Axon 8, trust and believe it's going to be better than the Axon 7. One thing that they shouldn't do is decrease the battery and change the speaker setup. Keep that the same and you have a win on your hands. Give us more of a real stock experience and people will be happy about that. And speaking of stock experience, Lenovo has decided to move completely away from their UI and just go stock. And that's just it. They're going stock. Good for you, Lenovo. It's your man, Jay Will, Monday Smartphone News. I think this is going to be a pretty interesting week because I definitely want to bring you coverage and finish my coverage. Well, not finish, but give you more coverage on this little monster right here. I will be giving you a follow-up video on this. I wrote an article on smartphoneconversations.com. Be sure to check that link down there. And follow me on Twitter at Mr. J.L. Williams. All social media is Mr. J.L. Williams. But this little monster right here is so good, and I'm telling you, I've been enjoying it. So I will see you guys in the next video. It is J. Will, and I am out. Take care, guys.